YouTube, what's going on? Oh, shoot. What's going on? Y'all watching videos. Ah, too late. Already hit the button. What's going on? Shot City Trucker, what's going on? What's going on? Appreciate y'all watching video. Yeah, that last video I just did, I lost my connection. And I forgot what I was talking about. But I guess moving the truck knocked off the connection or something. I don't know. Milkman. Yeah, Milkman, he always saying that. That's Milkman, you know. I appreciate you, Milkman. I really appreciate you. That's Milkman's way of showing love. That's all. Everybody got their way of showing love, you know. So that's Milkman right there. You know. Shahid Mustafa says fuel cars. Yeah, what about fuel cars? You got to make a complete sentence, man. Oh, that's you asking me about fuel cards. Yeah, man. I sent you the phone number and the person that signed me up. Here's my my fuel card agreement. Yeah, here's my fuel card agreement right here. So, yeah, this is my fuel card agreement. So the card is done through Fleet Tech Transportation Services. I don't know how they do it, but some way or another, they use an EFS card to get fuel. So that's how they do that. Right. But yeah, so this video here, I'm just making a video. I don't really have anything to say per se. It's just I thought I'd come on here and make a video. I don't know why this I don't know why this camera all foggy. Okay, yeah. I gotta shave. Yeah, I know I gotta shave. I'm going home after this load here. I'm going home, so I'll get a chance to shave. But yeah, so that's what's going on. You mentioned your truck not starting. Yeah, man, this morning, for some reason, my truck wouldn't start. It started this time, so I don't know what happened. I hope the starter not going bad, because when I first got this truck from Schneider Finance, I just bought a new starter. So it's basically got a brand new starter in there. So But you know, stuff these days, it don't last long. So I don't know. It might be the start. It might be going bad. Who knows? But yeah, this morning I got up because I park at the customer. I don't go to the truck stop. So I got up because I parked like the night before. I parked right in front of the gate. You know, they got a private road that leads down to the gate all the way around the building. Any of y'all drive trucks, you know what I'm talking about. You go around the building and the gate is right there. So I just parked there for the night. Woke up this morning getting ready to check in, and my truck wouldn't start. I turned the key, click, 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 click. The batteries went dead, and I don't know what happened. Had plenty of juice, so it was just one of them things. It was a fluke of some kind. But so I kept. So what I did was I got my crowbar. I popped the hood. I got my crowbar, and I knocked the starter a little bit, and the truck crunk up. So I hope the start ain't going bad. I really hope the start ain't going bad. I'm gonna be mad because it's basically a brand new start on this truck. This truck is probably got a good It's probably got a good 200,000 miles on that starter. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think this starter should be going bad just yet. Sure. Shahid Mustafa. Email me at 44trucker@gmail.com, and I'll send you the lady's name who signed me up. And that's just what it is. You get signed up. You were also talking a little about getting the authority. Man, I'm always talking about getting my authority. Shot City Trucker, are you on a net 7 with your card, or is it revolving? It's a net 7. I was trying to get a net 30, but they said with owner operators, they usually don't put owner operators on a net 30 account. To get a net 30 account, you got to have, I think she said you got to have like 5 trucks or something like that to get a net 30 account. And you got to have established bona fide business credit. And so what they're asking for to get a net 30 account for fuel, you have to have 5 trucks. I think you got to gross so much in revenue, and you got to have bank statements, and you got to have like 2 years in business or something like that to get a net 30. So that's the deal with that. To get a net 30 EFS fuel card. So I barely got approved for the net 7. Barely. I had to fight to get that. Because before what they asked me, they wanted me to do a prepaid card. And so basically you got to put the money on there first, then you can use it. And I didn't want to do that. And so I was like, well, can I get a credit account? Well, she was like, well, the only thing they can do is put me on a net 7. And so I had to get approved for that. And I took some fighting, crawling and scratching and crawling and to get that, because I already have like 2 or 3 other fuel cards. And so the lady looked at my credit and she was like, well, your business has already got a couple other fuel cards. You can't have all these outstanding fuel cards. You can't have all these cards. And so what I had to do is I had to call up and close my other 2 fuel cards for them to open a new account. They just didn't want me having all them lines of credit out on a fuel card. I know it sounds crazy, but they wanted my bank statements. They wanted my LLC paperwork. Yeah, it was the truth. So I had to fight for it. I had to scratch and crawl for it. So you get that little net 7. Get that little net 7 account. So basically, every week I can fuel up to like probably about $8,000 in fuel a week. That's my credit line. I mean, if you're a small company, that's plenty of fuel. So I can probably have about 5 trucks with that card, with this fuel card. Because just think of each truck fuel running, making, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a week. That's about $1,000 a week in fuel. So that's about $1,000 a week in fuel. If you think about it, that's about $1,000 a week in fuel. And so if each truck burn $1,000, that's $4,000 that my account is going to have to run trucks on. And so I need to be receiving payment on loads within a week to pay that fuel bill. You know what I'm saying? But it's good. That's why I tell y'all to get your own authority, because you never get a chance to deal directly with a fuel vendor, with a to build your credit profile. You never be able to establish a bona fide business in the marketplace. So then when you want to go and get a direct shipper, you have the capacity to get a direct shipper. And so to build your capacity, that means you have to build your business credit. You have to get some equipment. You have to save your money, build up cash reserves. It takes time to build all this stuff up to where you can walk into a direct shipper, because a direct shipper don't want to hear that. Direct shippers are real, like having a direct shipper ain't like running loads for brokers. Okay. And so you got to have all your ducks in a row before you going into that direct shipper talking about you want to pull some of their freight. And so a direct shipper will cancel your contract quick if you can't maintain that shipper's capacity. You know what I mean? So a lot of this stuff I'm trying to just build up, get everything established. So, when I walk into that direct shipper, I want to be able to take care of that customer. You know what I mean? I'm trying to save up, build my business credit so I can get some more trailers and stuff like that. Because most of these shippers, they want you to have 3, 4, 5, 6 trailers, and you can't be playing around. You can't be playing around. And so that's the truth. That's the truth. A lot of guys don't talk about that. A lot of guys be like, yeah, I'm going to get a direct shipper. But then they don't talk about all the hard work it took for you to get that direct shipper. All the phone calls it took. All the back and forths it took. All the building up your credit. Some direct shippers do a credit check. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have a certain credit score. They want you to have a DUNS number. You know what I mean? And to get a direct shipper. And like a lot of guys don't talk about that. You know? Yep. A lot of direct shippers check your credit. Some don't, some do, but a lot of them do. And it might be that direct shipper that you've been trying to get. Like you got a warehouse right around the corner from where you park your truck, right around the corner from your house. It's got the freight that you've been looking for. It's light freight, the freight 10, 15,000 pounds. It's going to a city that's got a back haul coming right back to that customer. And it's like you might just find that perfect direct shipper. And like you get that relationship, you get that 1-year contract, and you can surely build a fleet doing that, but it takes time. You know. Milkman said, shut up. Old man Bayou. I think that's how you say that. I'm in the process of going back to Schneider. I was with the small mom and pop, 9% of the cost of parking, trailer, and dispatch. Got my money looking the same, so I didn't see the point. You should have just went and got your own authority, man. You should have went and just got your authority. Because the thing is like a lot of you guys want to see instant results. You know, a lot of you guys want to see these instant overnight results. You go over to a company. I wouldn't go back to Schneider. I wouldn't. I would have stayed at that mom and pop company, because a mom and pop company is way better than going back to Schneider. I would never suggest somebody to go back to Schneider after you done left and went to a company that pays you 90%. Like, you got so much control, man. You got more control than you did at Schneider. And I would use that opportunity to learn to do what they're doing, to get on their level. And so you go back to Schneider, you know more than a glorified company driver. I wouldn't do that. But if you're just looking at the money at that given time, you're not looking at 5 years out. Okay, you can build a relationship with that mom and pop company, and you can get on their level. You're not looking at that. You looking at, okay, you was over there for about 6 months. He's like, damn, I ain't even see more money. No, man, you gotta look at this thing 5 and 10 years out. What do you want to be? If you go back to Schneider, you're gonna be in. You gotta understand. I done talked about this before. You go back over there to Schneider after 5 years, you're gonna be in the same spot, because Schneider doesn't have a program for you to grow. Once you're a contractor at Schneider, that's it. You don't hit their ceiling, and that's it. It's nothing else you can do. You can't get a direct shipper. You can't hire drivers. You can't buy more trucks. No, you go back to that mom and pop company that's paying you 90%. You can work up a direct relationship with them, and if you want to run trucks under their authority, right? Or you can you can go get your own authority. But you tied up with Schneider. They don't have a platform for you to grow the way that you want to grow. But if that's what you're looking for, by all means do that. But I'm just saying, you go back over there and that's all you're going to be. You just going to be their little puppet contractor. You know, you got to follow their rules. Every 5 minutes, Schneider is changing something. Okay, every 5 minutes, Schneider is changing some contractual rules about this and that and the third. I don't got time for that, man. I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do, man. I'm trying to get stuff done, man. I got stuff to do. I really don't got time for y'all with these bureaucratic company policies y'all got going on. You know, I just really don't got time for that. You're gonna spend half your time chasing empties, half your time I don't even know why somebody would go to doggone Schneider. You know, if you're a company driver and you want to get on the choice board, yeah, but if you don't already experience independence, why would you go back to Schneider? That's stupid. So that's like dumping your ex-girlfriend and going back to her. You know what she's about. You already dumped her. That's like going back to your ex-wife after y'all done got a divorce. You know what she's about. Get rid of her. Move on to something else, man. Move on to something else. Schneider's not the only company out here that you can book your own loads with. Sounds like your starter contacts are dirty. Pull the starter and take it to a starter alternator shop. They will rebuild it for half that are new. Yeah, that's a good idea. I've been running Texas Interstate in one of your recent videos. You were talking about directly to me when you said don't run just enough to make the same as I did. That's right, man. Don't do that. Because Robert B, man, you got to keep a spreadsheet on your truck. All this stuff I'm talking about, it don't mean nothing. And you're not hearing what I'm saying if you don't keep a spreadsheet on your truck. At least keep a monthly spreadsheet. You don't have to do it weekly, but after a month is over, okay, we just went through February. We just went through 2 months, January and February. Go back through all your loads and calculate your cost per mile. Get all your expenses together and see what your truck did. And you can see the bottom line. And you can look at, okay, if you just bringing home just enough money, $3,000 or $4,000 net, just enough money to pay bills at the house, you ain't made no money. In no way, shape, or form, that's considered profit. $3,000 or $4,000 a month with your own truck and trailer ain't no money net. You know, that ain't no money. Because let you have a breakdown, $3,000 or $4,000 ain't gonna save you. You need to be netting after expenses at least $10,000 a month. You need to be netting somewhere north. You need to be netting somewhere north of $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 a month. Okay, to make it, to justify owning a truck and trailer, to be in business, to call yourself in business. Because let you break down somewhere and let your truck sit in the shop, it's gonna eat you alive, and you can't even afford to run no truck like that. And so if you're not keeping up with your expenses, you would never feel that. You would never know that. That's why I feel so passionate about what I'm talking about, because I keep a spreadsheet on my truck. Them numbers be talking to you, man. You looking at that spreadsheet, you be like, man, I got to get out here and run. That ain't enough money. I got to get out here and run. And look at these numbers, man. These numbers are terrible. Let me get back. Let me get in this truck. You know, it's like them numbers will talk to you. Them numbers will slap you upside the face like, pow, pow. Like, them numbers be talking to you, man. That's why you need to keep paperwork on your truck. You need to keep a spreadsheet on your truck, man. I mean, it don't have to be sophisticated as a Excel spreadsheet. You can just keep a notebook and just add and subtract. You keep a notebook. It's like, okay, this week, this month, I grossed this much. I had this much in expenses. Subtract. This is what I got left. Okay, maintenance is this much. Taxes. Dun, dun. And once you accounted for all that, it's kind of like what Dave Ramsey talks about. Dave Ramsey and Dave Ramsey has a ministry, and his whole ministry is giving every dollar a name. So you can apply that same principle to business. Once you done kept a spreadsheet on your truck and gave every dollar in your business a name, you will start to see real true profit. Now you can see real true dollars that you can really, are you actually making the profit? Are you actually really making money? And if once you done gave every dollar a name, what do you have left over? If you're in the negative, you ain't making no money. You got to give every dollar a name. Healthcare, retirement. Are you putting money back for retirement? You need to be putting at least, as a business owner, I say at least 20% back for retirement. I mean, Dave Ramsey says 15. I say 20 to 30% for retirement. You know what I mean? Like, if you make it 100K a year in a truck, you need to be throwing back 40 grand a year in retirement. That's just my opinion. You need to be throwing $40,000 at some kind of investment vehicle. Okay. That's just my opinion, man. 20, 30, 40%. Because at the rate of inflation and at the rate that we waste so much money, you got to beat inflation. You got to beat the rate in which stuff is depreciating around you. You got to beat that. You got to save then some. You get what I'm saying? And like, if you spending 30 grand a year on household expenses, you got a car, you got 2 cars in the yard that's depreciating. You got inflation. You got all this stuff. And like, you not even keeping up. You gotta, like I said, you gotta, you got to put back 30, 40% in retirement. And see, when you don't keep a budget and you don't keep a spreadsheet, what I'm saying coming out of my mouth sounds like foreign language to you. You're like, huh? What? I make $1,000 a week. What are you talking about? I make plenty of money. No, you don't. $1,000 a week ain't no money. If you're making $1,000 a week, you got to pay taxes. You got to eat. Taxes and eating and life bills takes all your money. What do you got? Nothing. If you make $2,000 a week, now you can pay your house bills, and now you got $1,000 left over. You throw $1,000 into investment, now you're saving 50% of your income now. But y'all ain't listening. You're going to sit up here for 20, 30, 40 years, and then after 30, 40 years of working, now have nothing to show for it. You got a raggedy ass truck in the yard. You got a bunch of raggedy behind dirty clothes in the closet. You got all this junk that just done got old, and you can't even take care of yourself. You got no passive income coming in. You done wasted all this money on junk. You done went on all these trips. You done bought all these shoes. You done bought all this junk, and you don't got nothing to show for it. I grew up with people like that. People in my family are like that, you know? And like, you know, I have people in my family, my aunt, my cousins, like all these people, like I grew up with, like they worked, bust they behind, did all this work. And like, here we are, they in old age, don't have a pot to piss in. It's just terrible, man. I'm guilty of that. You know, I should do a video on how to create a spreadsheet. That's what I should do. As much as I talk about a spreadsheet, I should do a video on how to create a spreadsheet. It's not that hard. And you know, you got a lot of free programs out here. You don't need expensive Word suite. It's a bunch of free ones out here. You got Google Google Sheets, Google Docs. That's a free one. That's what I use. And then you got Open Suite. I think it's Open Suite or something like that. You got Open Suite, whatever they call it. It's a free software. You download it, it's free. It got a whole suite. You got a word processor, Excel processor, all of them. And it's cake, you know. Did you see the LaShawn Parks video about being programmed? Yeah. My last video was about that. At those discounts, it looked like it's well worth it. Explain how you get your UCR. You just go on to the UCR website and you put your DOT number in there and you pay for it. I mean, as simple as that. You don't really get anything. Your DOT number becomes registered and becomes part of the system. You don't get a paper or nothing like that. Long as you pay, you good. LaShawn would sing a different tune if he had trucks without notes. Trucks with or without notes, it really don't matter. I mean, you gotta buy the trucks right. You gotta buy the trucks right. If you buy the trucks, and when you looking at a business plan is basically getting a budget, right? You know, it's doing a budget for you're doing a proposal for a business. And so when you going out there doing research, trying to build a business plan, say, okay, if I get a new truck, the monthly payment gonna be this much. If I get a used truck, the monthly payment gonna be this much. And if you look in those two business plans and you're looking at all the expenses in that business plan, if you can generate a profit and have uninterrupted, continuing cash flow for a long period of time, it could work. Having titles and everything paid off don't necessarily give you much. However, not everybody's got cash, so you got to work up to it, you know. So I mean, I'm living proof. I didn't grow up with a bunch of money in the bank, but there's a lot of things in your personal life that sets you up to be successful in your business life. And so in my personal life, I don't have much debt. I don't have much debt at all. I got a house and I got like a credit card, and that's about it. I mean, I have a ton of credit cards, but they don't have a bunch of debt on them. You know what I mean? Like, I pay all my cards off in full when I do use them. So I have a card with a $50,000 limit, and I keep a little bit of debt on it just to keep the card reporting. So it'll report to my credit profile showing that I got a $50,000 credit card and it's got $5,000 on it, and it's reporting. That's what you want. And so any given moment, and like I got another credit card that's got a $38,000 limit. I got another credit card over here that's got another credit, and those are personal credit cards. And then I got business credit cards. I got at least 5 or 6 business credit cards. Hold on, y'all. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Carrier. I'm signing in the carrier section. Yeah.
What year is this?
This is 2014. All right. So, like I was saying, I'm not sitting here trying to boast on how many credit cards I got. That's not what I'm trying to do. But what I'm saying is, these are things you gotta. It's not about paying cash for everything and all this, because debt is a business tool. It always been a business tool. Okay, debt started off as a business tool, but it's just the regime has moved into using credit as a consumer product, as a consumer tool. But And so I don't know. I don't think it really don't make sense to sit up there and try to save up 100,000 to go buy one truck. That doesn't make no sense at all. That don't make no sense. It makes sense to go borrow 100,000 and go buy 3 trucks. You can go buy 3 $30,000 trucks with 100,000. That makes sense. And see, if you listen to like the regime will lead you to believe pay everything in cash, that is debt free. But if you get $100,000 and go buy 3 trucks, you can get them 3 trucks. Each truck will make you what, $10,000-$15,000 a month. You can pay that $100,000 off in a year. I mean, really. But and see, I mean, I can go on and on. But the thing is like guys be so stuck in this cash stuff, and it's like you got to know how to use debt. You got to know how to use it responsibly. You just don't just pay cash for everything, because eventually you're gonna run out of cash. Okay, you don't want to be cash poor. You want to have some cash and a little bit of debt. You know, but what do I know? I'm just a dumb old guy with a truck and trailer. I don't know nothing. How much less stress do you think he would have without truck notes? I mean, if that's the case, you might as well just not be in business then, if you worry about notes and stuff. Some of the most wealthiest people in the world have debt. And like the amount of debt these people have will probably make your head spin. Just think about if you was $1 billion in debt. So if you was $1 billion in debt, but then you make 50 billion off the 1 billion, like who cares how much debt you got? I mean, it's like y'all be trying to, you know, act like not having debt is like the end all be all. You know, you're never gonna get nowhere. You gotta use some debt. You gotta use it, you know. But I mean, I'm talking to, you know, a lot of crazy people. You know, I'm talking to people who, you know, who got it in their mind, that, okay, you know, I'll be making videos and how on how much is better your profit margin. I mean, I don't know. Like I don't know. I mean, you know, I think if you know how to use debt, like it, because I can almost guarantee you, everybody that's watching me, that's an owner operator who got their truck, I would guarantee you, if out of 10 guys that's watching me, 9 of y'all got a truck note on y'all truck. And if it wasn't for that truck note, you wouldn't have a truck. And so, like, and you know, a lot of it is just having a business plan, you know, because you know, to hear some guys that have a $4,000 or $5,000 a month truck note, that's ridiculous. Why would you sign up for something like that? Okay, but if you talking to somebody and they got $1,000 truck note, $1,200 truck note, maybe even a $1,500 truck note, and see, that's reasonable. But when you start to get up in these numbers of like $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 a month for a truck note, see, the conversation of debt isn't the issue. The conversation is you got too much goddamn debt. You get what I'm saying? And so that's the conversation I think it should be. Not, oh well, you got debt. Yeah, I got debt. I mean, I have debt on my house. I got debt on the truck and trailer. But my house payment is like $600 a month. I mean, like, who do you know got a $600 house payment? I'll wait. Here in 2019, most people, their rent is like $1,000, $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 a month. Don't even have that conversation. Like, and so like, y'all are a trip. And so, like, the conversation is having debt, no debt, period. The conversation needs to be using debt wisely, using debt economically, and having some cash, and making sure that you're meeting your profit margins. Hold on, y'all. These people. I swear I can't make a video. I can't just sit still and make a video. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me pull up. I'm gonna finish this video. So let me kind of explain what I'm saying here. And when we trying to build a business plan, and so if you're looking at a business plan that involves some debt, and you want to go and buy some trucks and you want to buy some trailers, okay? So it'll behoove you to shop around, try to get the best interest rate, and get as much equipment, get as much cash flowing equipment you can. And so the issue revolves around having as much cash flow as you can. And so say the typical truck running down the road generates about $10,000 a month. Okay. You can go get some debt and get a truck note for about $1,000 a month. And you can get a trailer. You can get a trailer payment for about $450 a month. And then your insurance is going to be $1,000 a month. So essentially you got about $2,500 a month in expenses, debt. And so to get the $1,000 truck, you didn't put no money down. To get the trailer, you didn't put no money down. You did put some money down for the insurance. So you got $2,500 a month in expenses. That don't include fuel. And so to make $10,000 a month divided by $2 a mile, you basically got to do you basically got to do minimum, I say, you got to do at least, to clear your expenses, you got to do at least you got to do at least what, 20, you got to do at least $3,000 a week to stay in business. I mean, between me and you, don't you think that's doable? You know, my rule is $5,000 a week, but $3,000 a week, say your expenses, you know, you got a truck note of $1,000 plus trailer note $450 plus $1,000 insurance divided by 4. So your weekly expenses, just bare bone expenses, we ain't got anything else. It's $612 a week. So if you do 2,500 minus $612 a week, that give you 1,800 minus, I don't know, maybe, let's say $500 for fuel. Hold on, 2,500. Yeah, so you're looking at about $500 in fuel. So 1,888 subtract 500 for fuel, you're looking at $1,300 in profit for the week. Now those numbers are very low, but you wanna underestimate to make sure that in a slow week that you can make your expenses payments. And so you got a little bit of cash in the bank. Say you got about $40,000 cash in the bank. So you're trying to tell me having $2,500 a month in debt payments is a bad idea? And if you look at just a basic business model, a basic business plan, like, I don't see nothing wrong with that, because to get those assets that's making you $1,300-1,400 a week, granted, it ain't a lot of money. However, like, we didn't even do that much work. You know, we made $2,500. Like, you can easily make $2,500 a week in a truck. And so to say all this debt, you know, yeah, but it's like, you and I both know the average person, they don't have $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 to go buy a truck, to go buy a trailer. Most people can get $5,000 or $10,000 to go put down on a trailer. That's a reachable number that most people can get to. That's a reasonable amount of cash the average person can grab. You know, they can work hard in a year at a W-2 job, stack that up, and go get $10,000 and put down on a truck. For somebody to save $40,000-$50,000 to go put down on a truck, that's a lot. You know? And so I'm not trying to condone getting debt. I'm trying to just get you to use some common sense and get guys to understand the reality. Because who this? G-Man Transport, right? I don't know your personal business. And so your situation may give you the opportunity to go ahead and pay cash for a truck, pay cash for a trailer. But the average person that's watching my video that want to get a truck, to save up $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 to go buy a truck and trailer, that's not reasonable. That's not, when the average income in this country is like $30,000, $40,000 a year. That's not reasonable for somebody to save up that kind of money to go buy a truck. Most guys are coming from places of a W-2 environment. You making $10, $15 an hour and you want to get into trucking. You was in prison. You want to get into trucking. You was staying home with your mama. You going through a divorce and you want to get into trucking. And so if you're trying to get into trucking, to get 10, 15, 20,000, that's a big feat to go put down on a truck. Debt. And so if you want to get a truck that's about 40,000, you can come up with $5,000 to put down and go get a truck. You can put down $2,000 or $3,000 to put down on a trailer. You get what I'm saying? You got to be reasonable. And so when I hear people that come on my videos that be like, man, you should have paid cash. You should have. But that same person like GI Transport that come on my channel boasting about you should have paid cash. You might have been in the Army. You might have got a GI Bill. That's because your name GI Transport. Or you might have won the lotto. You might have sold your house. You might have sold a car. You might have had some gold or assets, stocks, bonds that afforded you the opportunity to go drop 30, 40. You might have had a 401k. I talked to a guy, he had almost $500,000 in his 401k plan. He went and bought a brand new truck and trailer cash. I told him, you shouldn't have done that. That is a waste of money. That is a waste of capital. You do not drop $200,000 on no damn truck and trailer. That is stupid. What I would have did, I would have found a truck for about 80,000, a used truck for about 80,000, and put down maybe 20 on it. And I would have found a good used trailer and put about 5 on it and paid a note. That was what I did. And keep the cash in the bank. You know what I mean? Don't. And it's like you can't eat or pay for a truck. You can't eat titles. But if you got the cash, I mean, if you got $500,000, hey, you can go do that. You know, you can go do that. But, and it's like a lot of guys running around, you got guys running around that don't have no business sense. And that's what it boils down to. A lot of guys do not have business sense. I'm not saying I know it all, but to me, I think it's better to carry a little bit of debt. It's more efficient that way. Stop using up your cash. Stop wasting money on depreciating assets. You know, I would probably pay cash for a trailer. I would pay cash for a trailer because a trailer don't depreciate that hard. You can usually buy a trailer cash, run it for about 2 years and sell it, and you won't take a heavy hit on depreciation. But a truck, a truck depreciates real hard. Like it's a motor. It's got you put miles on it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So a lot of guys they got this one shoe fits all type of mentality, cookie cutter mentality. Pay cash, pay cash, pay cash for everything. Like that don't make sense. Who the hell got $50,000 just to go pay cash for a truck? Tell me. Y'all can tell me in the comments. You can't go and work as a company driver. You can't go work as a company driver and talking about, oh, I'm trying to save up $50,000 to go buy a truck. That don't make sense. The only way as a company driver you can go do that unless you live on the road. If you live on the road, don't have an apartment, if you single and you determined and you got a goal to save up that money and get a truck, you could probably save as a company driver, you could probably make 50, 60,000 a year as a company driver and living in the truck. You don't have no rent or nothing like that. And say it costs you about $500 a month to live in the truck. $500 a month to live in the truck times 12. That's $6,000 a year. So if you're a company driver making $50,000, your taxes gonna be, you're gonna probably take home maybe 35 as a company driver making 50. So if you net 35,000 as a company driver minus about 6,000 in a year, you could probably save up a good 25,000, 29,000 being a company driver in a year. But that's real hard, man. That is hard. That is very hard to do that. You could probably save up $25,000 a year as a company driver if you just run on the road, run hard, don't spend no money. But that's difficult. That's really difficult. That means you got no car, you don't have nothing. You could do it, but that's tough. And so when I tell guys about using debt, that is a reasonable thing that most people can do. Most people can save up $5,000 to put down on the truck. That's why I say that. Of course, paying cash is the best way. No doubt. Paying cash, hands down, is always the best way. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Pay cash. Yeah. Pay cash. I know. Cash. Pay cash. Yeah. You should pay cash for that trailer. You should pay cash for all them trucks. You're going to go and build a fleet for 5, 10 trucks and just pay cash for all the damn trucks. You talking about $1 million. Really. You just going to drop 300,000-400,000 and pay cash for 4, 5, 6, 7 trucks. Really? Really? Where you going to get $300,000-400,000? And like guys be talking like, oh, you should have paid cash. Like that don't make sense. Who got 300,000-400,000? It would take you 10 years as a company driver to save up that money times 10. Yeah, to save you, it's 10 years to save up 300,000. Go but say it's like guys be talking, and I'm not saying you can't do it, but I mean, like guys, it's like guys be talking shit when they don't know they be talking shit, and you know you be talking shit. You should pay cash. Like, come on, man. My equipment is paid for, which equals minimum stress and much higher margins. I like it that way. I can take a month off and not worry about. I took off 3 months last year, and I got a note. It cost me. I took off. It cost me. Let me see. $1,200 a month for the truck, $1,000 a month for insurance, $650 a month for the trailer, and I had to eat, and I had to pay bills at the house. It cost me, it was almost 15,000. It was about 15,000. It was October. Now I want to count November, December, January. But you know what? I had cash in the bank. Okay? Cash in the bank. Damn to pay for a truck. You can't eat or pay for a truck. That's what I'm saying. You still got to get in the truck to go make the money. The truck still has to go make the money for you to pay your house bills, unless your house paid for. You still need money for electric bill. You still need money for food. You still need money for the light bill. You still need money to send to your baby mama. You still, like, guys be acting like to pay for a truck and trailer is like the end all be all. No, you need cash in the bank. If you got $50,000, $60,000 cash in the bank, damn to pay for a truck. I'd rather take a low truck payment, no money down truck note, keep my cash in the bank any day of the week. I can take off a whole year if I wanted to. I mean, because like, look, my expenses, my house bills, okay, the truck, I'm going to do some math for you. The truck is $1,200 a month plus $1,000 for the trailer, plus $650 for, okay, that's $2,900 a month just for the truck, just to sit at the lot, plus my house bills is probably another $2,000 a month. I need about $5,000 a month in my life to live. And so if you got $5,000 a month in bills times 12, you need $60,000 in the bank. And so that to me is, I'd rather have the cash in the bank. Damn, pay for trucks. Because I still got to get in the truck and go work. I mean, it's like, I get it. It's less stress, but I get just as less stress as the guy who got to pay for a truck, right? So you trying to tell me, so guys trying to tell me like, well, you don't need cash in the bank. Just having to pay for a truck means everything. No. Having to pay for a truck is great, but having cash in the bank is way better because you can let the truck sit at the lot long as you want to with cash in the bank. Like, come on, man. You got $50,000, $60,000 in the bank. Yeah. I mean, you can take off 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And what? I mean, it's, come on. And so that's the stuff we don't talk about. So you got to pay for a truck. Say your trailer paid for. Well, you still got to eat at the house, like I say. And so say you still got to eat. That's still $2,000 a month in bills you got to come up with. I mean, I appreciate y'all riding with me, though. I appreciate y'all riding with me, though. We just got a difference in opinion. Keep that utilization low. That's right. Keep the utilization very low. If you can acquire income-producing equipment, income-producing assets very cheaply on a note, I think you can do that. That is a way to go. And keep cash in the bank. All the paid-for trucks in the world won't do you right if your leg broke and you ain't got no cash in the bank. all the paid-for trucks in the world, I mean, like, y'all be tripping over these paid-for trucks. Granted, it's nothing wrong with having stuff paid for, but I'm gonna tell guys to have cash in the bank before pay for a truck. You know, I can take off if I want to. You got cash in the bank. I mean, you got cash in the bank. I mean, if you got a years of income in the bank, I mean, come on. I mean, payments ain't nothing. Like, you know, you can use leverage in a conservative way to finance a business. That's right. And like guys, when they hear debt, they think somebody racking up extraordinary numbers of debt, like racking up 150,000 and being up to debt. You can't even make payments. That ain't what we talking about, man. My house payment is with taxes and insurance, everything out the door, it's like $650 a month, man. The principal interest is like $450. And once you ask taxes and insurance, $600 a month. Light bill, $60, $70 a month. Gas bill, $20. I can pay these bills in my sleep, man. Like, come on. Both of my cars are paid for. My BMW is paid for. My truck paid for. My pickup truck paid for. And so I don't go to the mall. I don't got $30,000, $40,000 in credit card debt buying shoes. Okay. I spent $13,000 on my rental property, and I just got the place rented. I received almost, I think I received over $3,000 in rent. The tenant paid me $925 for $925 for the damn deposit, and my other rental properties, like I'm getting rent for all kind of different places, and it's like y'all are something else, and like you need to acquire income producing assets. We're not buying Chargers. We're not buying Jordans. We're not buying clothes and shoes and going on $5,000-$10,000 trips and all this craziness. No, man. We using debt very conservatively in an intelligent way to get what we need and get it done. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. You never gonna hear me talking about, hey man, you need to go out there and get a $400,000 house and get a $3,000 house payment. You ain't gonna never hear me tell anybody to do that. If you're gonna buy a house, find a nice, cheap, inexpensive house for about $60,000. Get a very low note on it so you can have somewhere to stay. You don't need no $1,000 house payment. You don't need that. I don't know. The thing keep going off. Let me see. Why does thing keep going off? But 4 weeks in a month. That's what I said, Jason Rodriguez. That's what I said. Like all I gotta do is run one load, and that pays for the truck. All I gotta do is run another load that pays for the trailer. Run another load, pay for the insurance. After that, it's just money in the bank. Just money in the bank. But you got guys, they want to do it the old-fashioned way and be slow about it and take forever to get to where they need to be. They have a very antiquated, old-fashioned way of debt. You never gonna hear me on this video go out there and get a $150,000 truck. You never gonna hear me tell guys to do that. Go get a $4,000 truck payment. You never gonna hear me tell guys to do that. I've told guys, if you're gonna do a lease truck, do a 1-year lease. Do a 1 year. You're not doing it because the truck payment and all that. You're doing it to learn. Okay? Building business credit. You need business credit because then when you go out here to go get a trailer, you don't want to be putting no $25,000 trailer in your own name. You need business credit. You need to put that trailer in a business name so it don't show up on your credit. It'll be on your business credit. Okay? Because usually once you got about $100,000 in your personal name, you can't borrow no more money. That's you need business credit, But I don't know what I know. I'm just a dumb old truck driver, right? So I'm a debt whore. I know somebody's gonna call me a debt whore. Yeah, Maurice Anderson said I would take $90K to buy 2 trucks. Right. I would even try to get 3 trucks out of that $90K. That's you can find some $30,000 trucks. You can find 3 $30,000 trucks and buy them trucks with $90K. But let you tell it. But let somebody else tell it, right? They be like, man, that's too much debt. You get 3 trucks. Each truck making $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 a month. Come on, man. Cut this paid off garbage out. If you had 50,000, it wouldn't make sense to spend it all. Tripping guys say that cash. I would rather take 10,000, say the other 40 for maintenance and backup. That's what I'd be saying, DMC. You don't go buy a truck cash. You don't buy no damn truck, $40,000 truck cash, $100,000 truck cash. That don't make sense. That's not business sense. Okay, you went and spent all your money on a truck for $40,000. You pull your first load. Boom, your truck break down. Now where all your money at? Y'all a trip. Y'all are a trip. I'm telling y'all. If you pay cash, you would never build business credit. That's what I'm saying. You can't get a fuel card. you know. But I get it. I get it. Because you paying cash for fuel, right? You paying cash for fuel. Well, how you going to get a discount fuel card? You paying cash price for fuel. I'm getting fuel 40, 50 cents off the pump price. So you, by paying cash, you spend an extra $10,000 a year in fuel because you're not getting a discount. You're paying cash for fuel. And so you walking into the truck stop with $300-400 and paying cash with your fuel. I see guys do that junk all the time, being there paying for fuel with cash. Get you a fuel card. Because now you got to keep your receipts. Let you lose one receipt paying cash for all your fuel. That's just not good business, man. Because then you get audited by the IRS. You don't have no, you got to keep them receipts. But if you get a fuel card, you keeping everything organized and it's all there. It got the time and everything. You don't need to keep the receipt. But you just got guys that don't have a good business acumen. Debt is for business. Cash is for personal. You pay cash for your personal stuff, use debt for business. And that's how it always been. If you go back in history, credit and debt is a business tool. That's just what it is. I applied for Calm Down a Fuel Card, got approved. That's right. Most men had to be a female face. That's why they struggle. Fofo the Black Dave Ramsey. I don't know about that, man. I'm nowhere near Dave Ramsey. My house ain't paid for. You know, my truck and trailer ain't paid for. So I'm nowhere near like Dave Ramsey. Can you do an LLC in Georgia by yourself? Sure you can. I got a video about it. Search for it. How to create an LLC in Georgia. What credit score I need for a low truck payment? I don't think that exists, to tell you the truth, because if your credit can be, you can have a high credit score, but trucking is a high risk industry. The banks know that. So you go into a bank, most banks won't finance no truck. So you got to go to a private equity firm. You know, like my trailer, I got the trailer through a Hitachi Capital. You know, I mean, more than likely you have to go through a bank that finances equipment, that know how to finance equipment. These are third-party equity firms. You can't go to Wells Fargo and finance no damn truck. You can't go to, most guys be saying, go to a credit union. The credit union ain't gonna touch it, because with the last crash way back has got the banks all, you know, acting funny when it comes to loaning money to the trucking industry. And so what's going to happen is you're going to have a high interest rate, and that's just what it is. And so if you can get like a 7-8% interest rate on a truck and trailer, that's good. That's good. Anywhere from 7 to 10. If you can get that, that's good. Most guys be like, oh, that's high. But this is trucking. That's what it is. You in a high risk industry. LaShawn Park says getting your authority is stupid. His live feed yesterday basically said he was smarter than all y'all. Well, here's the thing is, like me and LaShawn, we're both businessmen. And so me and LaShawn Parks, we're both businessmen. And so he has his opinion and I got mine. So that's just what it is. I respect him as a black businessman making moves. And that's all I got to say about that. You know, I got a whole bunch of videos talking about the pros and cons of being leased on and having your own authority and stuff like that. So there may be a few ins and outs, reasons why having your authority versus leasing on, but from a risk standpoint, I can agree with LaShawn Parks. I can agree with him. I don't want to say he's right, but I can agree with LaShawn Parks from a risk standpoint, because you're not putting up all the risks. He don't have to worry about authority. He don't have to worry about screening drivers. He don't have to worry about insurance. He don't have to worry about a shipper pulling his contract. You know, if you're an owner operator, if you're a small fleet owner with about 4 or 5 trucks and you get an Amazon account, you got to make sure all 5 of your trucks deliver their load on time. You got to make sure all 5 of your trucks take care of that customer all the time. And so let one truck be late on the load, you run a risk of Amazon pulling your contract. And so when you leased on to a company like Prime or whatever, the carrier is taking care of all that. They have the capacity to handle all that. They're handling your logs and all of that. All you got to do is bring the equipment. So I can agree with LaShawn Parks as far as, I don't want to say it's stupid, but from a business risk management standpoint, which a lot of these guys are not talking about this. They just saying, oh, it's stupid. Well, it's just a difference in how you do business. It's not saying it's stupid. It's just from different standpoints. Each business model and each business idea is each business plan is different. And so if you look at both, if either one makes more or less cash flow or whatever, and the long-term outlook is better, then I don't know. But see, these guys are not telling the truth. They're just getting emotional saying, oh, it's stupid. No. If a small fleet owner that's leased on, and then a small fleet owner that's got his own authority, if they both bring their paperwork together and share their numbers and say, okay, we're doing the same thing, pulling the same freight, doing all this stuff. And if we're doing the same thing, okay, what's our net profit? Oh, well, company A that's leased on, he's netting more because this, that, and the third. Company B is netting more because this, that, and the third. They're not doing that. We're not having constructive, intelligent conversations. We're just getting emotional, pointing fingers and saying, ha, 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 my business is better than yours. And that's feminine gossip drama garbage. We're not being constructive. We're not being real about it. And so that's my opinion on the deal. And so at the end of the day, y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all ain't sharing y'all numbers. Y'all just talking shit. So that's what it is. And so, you know, like I come on here and show y'all my numbers. You know, I show my spreadsheets. I show y'all what I'm making. And so I don't hide nothing. And so, I mean, I'm very proud of what I'm doing and where I'm at in my trucking. So I'm very proud about that. And so I did $185,000 last year, and I was able to take off 3 months. I think that's damn good to me, because that tells me if I would have did the whole year in 3 months, I would have did it over 200 and some change under my authority. To me, that is powerful because I did it. I wasn't leased on to no damn carrier. No carrier didn't help me do nothing. It was all me. I got on the broker boards. I built my authority up, and I went out there and pulled freight. That's what I did. And see, that's what I'm proud of. And I'm sitting here with one solid year in business, one whole full year in business. It was me, my truck and trailer, and my authority out here doing business. And so in due time, when I want to hire some guys under my authority, and then if you know, get a direct shipper and get some more trailers, I mean, I'll feel it's it's a lot more that goes into it, and a lot of guys don't talk about that. They just point the finger and be like, "Oh, they're stupid." I mean, I can say it's stupid all day long. It's like you ain't proving nothing. You ain't showing your numbers. You ain't showing your profit. You ain't showing the profit margin. You ain't showing, okay, here's a guy with a fleet of trucks leased on. This is what you can probably make. Here's the expenses. Here's this. Here's the reasons why it's better. Risk. These are the things you don't have to deal with. When you got your authority, if you got 4 or 5 trucks with your own authority with a direct shipper, these are the problems you got to deal with. These are the issues you got to deal with. And so we're not doing that compare and contrast. We're not doing that. Guys just acting like a bunch of girls going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we're not doing nothing, you know, and so acting like a bunch of women and stuff. And so that's what we are. So when it comes to that LaShawn Parks thing, until these guys sit down and have a get together and share their numbers with each other, y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all just talking shit. That's just straight up and down. You are talking bullshit. You full of shit. Okay, you just boasting on YouTube trying to make yourself feel good. You're not showing nothing. The numbers that I show on, you can go back in my videos and look at some of my videos, and I'll show you. And I got videos showing my spreadsheets, and those are real numbers. The average guy can do those numbers, and I'm not trying to boast, and I'm not trying to parade around. Oh, I made 180,000. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Those are real numbers the average guy can do. The average guy can go down to a dealership, go to a bank, build his credit up, put $10,000 down on a truck, put a couple of $1,000 down, $2,000 or $3,000 down on the trailer, get his own authority, fill out some carrier packets, and make $200K a year in the trucking business. That's obtainable. But guys holding back their information, being secretive, talking shit about the other guy, it's bullshit, man. It's BS. It's clowns. It's a circus. Y'all just playing games, man, talking junk. So you recommended refinance the truck loan, Galaxy Transport. What you talking about? Maurice Anderson. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, you just got to Google, man. I got my LLC and EIN bank account open, but still working company for now is the next step to take while still working on company to start building business. You made more than me. I work most of the year and make $63K as a company driver. Well, North net worth, well, I grossed 185,000. My net was like 80,000 or something. Yeah, it was about 80,000, and I was able to take off about 3 months. So, but what's so funny is those 3 months, I was fixing on my rental property. And so basically I took off those 3 months, and that whole time was invested into another business venture. And so all that time that I took off, I'm going to get it all back because I'm going to be getting the money back in rent income. I'm going to get it back in rent income. And so it almost like I didn't take off because the time that I spent on that property, okay, I'm going to get $925 a month times 12. That's going to give me $11,000 in income. And so plus the truck income, plus the other rental property income, and plus all this other income. And so it's almost like I didn't take off. And so sometimes, like, if I just took off just to take off, like, that's another conversation. But I took off, but it was a constructive time off. You get what I'm saying? What's this noise? But hey, I'm about to get out of here. I got an hour and 25 minutes on here. Been ranting and raving and getting your authority, and I've been running my mouth, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, though. Got 41 people in here. Hit the like button, man. 41 people. I need to see 41 likes. It don't cost nothing to hit the like button, man. Just hit it. Can I hit my own like button? No, I can't hit it. I can't hit it. 41 likes. I need to see 41 likes. Come on, y'all. Hit the like button. Stop playing. Hit that like button. Hit it. Hit this like button. Y'all playing around. I don't know why y'all so selfish with that like button. Trying to figure out what this noise is. Let's see, Kentucky. Y'all playing games with that like button. These lows are terrible. Jeffersonville. Got 20 likes. You're going to run some mail. I'm the man. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. But hey, I'm about to get off here. I appreciate y'all hitting the like button. Keep hitting the like button, man. I appreciate you.